Good evening, I'm Taylor Thomas with a CTV News update. Maryland Democratic lawmakers say increasing the state's workforce is a top priority. Many state jobs remain unfilled, which has a trickle-down effect on goods and services, but filling government vacancies could be as challenging as it is in the hospitality sector.
We have an average vacancy rate across state agency of about 13.5%. That's one of the things we're inheriting from Larry Hogan. We're hoping with the new West Moore administration we can, get the state back to working the way it's supposed to again.
We have to invest in our people, state government employees, the resources, the technologies they have to do their job and to do it well.
We have all these shortages, which are supply chain problems for employers, for workers, for consumers. And so we're going to have pretty significant initiatives around expanding apprenticeship pathways to recruit lower skilled people, including high school kids, into career pathways to get them to high skilled jobs where we need them.
Healthcare positions in the state continue to be some of the hardest to fill. Calling the start of the new legislative session an exciting time, Maryland Senate President Bill Ferguson held his first of his Friday media sessions this morning. Ferguson says he expects a tough session as lawmakers tackle important issues. The big news now, says Ferguson, is next week's introduction of the new budget.
There are a few things that we're looking for in particular. First and foremost is we are in a very good financial shape today, but we want to make sure that we are prepared for a less financially successful moment in the future in the case that may come, a recession or what have you. And so we want to see at least 10% in the rainy day fund. We want to make sure that we have resources in the case that the economy turns. We'd also like to see a really healthy fund balance, so cash on hand that is being kept to the side for future discussions. This is the first year with question one, so we have the ability as the legislature to appropriate, which is a new authority granted by the people of Maryland. And we want to do this in a collaborative way with the executive. And so we're hoping that we will see in the fund balance resources that can be shared priorities throughout the session as we have further discussions.
Ferguson also says he's looking for set-asides for transportation investments and education, among other things. Lawmakers are again looking at ways to make one of the county's deadliest roadways safer. Despite the installation of 3 speed cameras on Route 210, also known as Indian Head Highway, some lawmakers want more. Measures under consideration would increase the number of cameras from 3 to 10 and hike the fines for speeding based on how fast you're driving. Right now, the flat fee for violators is $40.
They shouldn't do that because they already got speed cameras right there. So why would they raise the money up, the price more? Why do they want more? They already draining us.
I mean, there's been a whole lot of accidents on 210. So if hitting someone in the pocketbook is going to cause people to slow down, then I'm all for it. If you're driving that fast, you should pay anyway.
The legislation is supported by County Executive Angela Alsobrooks. All right, here are our latest COVID-19 numbers for our area. The state has confirmed nearly 1,100 new cases. The positivity rate in Prince George's is at 15.41%. 13 Marylanders have died of COVID over the past 24 hours, and 775 people are hospitalized. Marylanders, you have just 2 short days left to enroll in a health care plan. The state's open enrollment period is set to end on Sunday, January the 15th. Health insurance benefits will start on February 1st for residents who purchase plans this month. For more details, visit MarylandHealthConnection.gov. You're watching CTV News. I'm Taylor Thomas. Coming up, a sea of pink and green at National Harbor. We'll tell you why right after the break. Stay tuned.
Whether you're about to leave the service or been out for decades, your veterans benefits just got a whole lot better. With the PACT Act, now even more veterans are eligible for VA health care.
Welcome to the VA.
And for those already enrolled, you will see a rapid expansion of services and programs.
Hi, I'm Dr. Hoy. How can I help?
To learn what VA can do for you, visit va.gov/PACT or call 1-800-MyVA411.
Good evening and welcome back. A Washington, D.C. school teacher who was in L.A. visiting family is dead following an encounter with police last week. 31-year-old Keenan Anderson died of cardiac arrest after an LAPD officer stunned him several times with a taser. Police pursued Anderson after getting a call that a man was fleeing following a hit and run. At one point, police body-worn cameras show officers with Anderson on the ground. One officer could be heard yelling, "Stop it, or I'm going to tase you." Reports say he was shocked 4 times. Anderson taught English at Digital Pioneers Academy in Southeast Washington, D.C. He was also the father of a young child. Anderson is the cousin of Black Lives Matter co-founder Patrisse Cullors, who posted on Instagram that Anderson deserves to be alive right now. His child deserves to be raised by his father. An Upper Marlboro teen is arrested for allegedly fatally shooting a man at a gas station last month. Police have charged a 17-year-old male as an adult with first and second-degree murder. The incident happened here at a gas station on the 10,000 block of Campus Way South. Officials say the suspect shot and killed 54-year-old Lee Thomas back on December 19th. Investigators revealed that the Lee was shot during a carjacking. Governor-elect Wes Moore announces more cabinet appointments. Russell Strickland will be reappointed as Secretary of Emergency Management. Strickland was initially appointed to the position under outgoing Governor Larry Hogan. Carolyn Scruggs will serve as Secretary of Public Safety and Correctional Services. Hogan appointed Scruggs as acting secretary of the agency on January 1st. Harold Bud Frank is joining the Moore-Miller administration as Deputy Chief of Staff for Public Safety and Homeland Security. And Katie Savage was appointed as Secretary for Information Technology. The planet's long-term warming trend continues as 2022 ties 2015 to be the 5th warmest year on record. According to analysis by NASA, global temps were 1.6 degrees above average last year.
It's been a year of extremes, but we're seeing, for example, extreme flooding happening right now in California, and later last year in Pakistan. We're seeing wildfires that are burning into the winter when we never used to see that previously across California and Colorado, or very rarely at least. We saw Hurricane Ian was one of the most devastating hurricanes and the strongest hurricanes to hit the US mainland. And unfortunately, we expect those extreme events to get more frequent as the climate warms.
For more information on the analysis, log on to nasa.gov/Earth. People across Maryland will honor the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with a Day of Service events on Monday. County Council member Mel Franklin will do his part. He's hosting a service event at Beltway Plaza in Greenbelt at 10 a.m. They'll be giving away food and collecting coats, hats, gloves, and socks to help homeless families.
For many years, we've done a MLK Day on for service, and we are doing so again this upcoming Monday, January 16th, where we're going to give away free boxes of food, but also going to be giving away $10 gift cards so that folks can use those gift cards at the restaurants that are located at Beltway Plaza that day. Serving those most in need was a part of, I think, his Christian ministry, but also part of what it means to be an American. And we try to carry on that message, and hopefully that message then resonates beyond just the MLK Day holiday.
Franklin is also looking for volunteers for this event. If you're interested, reach out via email and Franklin's volunteer coordinator will get back to you. It is a sea of pink and green at the National Harbor this weekend. It marks the 115th Founders Day for members of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. This morning, sorority members from all across the country joined in together to create hygiene care kits for the Period Poverty Project.
We are packing 6,500 packets for the residents, including tampons and pads, and so it's an honor and a pleasure to serve.
We are here helping out the community and really enjoying our time here. So we're just here to serve.
I think about 115 years, and you think about 1908, where we learned that black women were not even really considered human beings. And here we stand today, 115 years. And it is my hope and my prayer that 100 years from now, Alpha Kappa Alpha is celebrating 215 years of service to all mankind.
There are a number of activities set to take place this weekend for the National Conference, including a visit to Howard University, where the sorority was founded back in 1908. On Monday, the members will celebrate the Dr. Martin Luther King holiday with a day of service projects. Well, more news to come, plus your Friday sports page coming up right after the break. Stay with us.
I'm Simon Buggs, and coming up, I'll be previewing some great college basketball matches that are coming up this weekend. Stay tuned.
Good evening and welcome back. A Prince George's County man was involved in that D.C. Metro bus shooting earlier this week. Police have arrested 32-year-old Stephen Perdomo of District Heights for assault with a deadly weapon. He allegedly stabbed a person during an altercation on a bus Wednesday. After assaulting that person, Perdomo was shot along with 2 children not involved in the altercation. Police are looking for several suspects in the incident. Tax filers, get ready. The official start of tax season begins soon. The IRS announces the tax filing will begin on Monday, January 23rd. The agency anticipates that more than 168 million individual 2022 tax returns will be filed. Officials have hired more than 5,000 new telephone operators and in-person staff to help taxpayers. The deadline, by the way, is April the 18th. The town of Upper Marlboro reduces its parking rates. Officials say on street meters or on the side of the streets where the county has a courthouse, they'll now charge $1 an hour during operating hours. The rates originally were $2.50. The new changes will impact meters on Main, Pratt, Water, and Elm Streets and Judges Drive. Street parking will be free after 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday and free all day on Sundays. Officials say the changes downtown will create a more, quote, business-friendly environment.
Bowie State women's basketball team will look to add another game to their win column and avoid back-to-back losses as they go up against Lincoln University tomorrow. This is the first time the Bulldogs will go up against the Lions this year, and they will look to make a statement as they went 0-2 against this team the year before. The Bulldogs take the court at 2 o'clock. Moving on to UMD basketball, the women's basketball team wasn't able to pull out a win versus the University of Indiana yesterday as they fell to them 68-61. Despite this loss, the Lady Terps are still playing good basketball as they are currently 13-4 on the year. They had won 6 straight games going into last night's matchup, and the Lady Terps will look to move to 14-4 as they play against Rutgers on Sunday at 1 o'clock. Simon Buggs, CTV Sports.
Well, we may be in the grip of winter, but that doesn't mean that you can't tend to your home garden. Coming up next week, Kevin Alsop of Nemus Gardens returns with another segment of our ongoing series, Growing With Us. His topic will be seed testing.
And because a lot of gardeners exchange seeds, some seed passes expiration date, you want to know if the seed is viable.
And you're going to show us how to test seeds.
I'm going to show you the easy way to test seeds.
Stand by.
And you can see the entire segment next week right here on CTV News. All right, let's check our forecast. For tonight, partly cloudy and cold with lows near 31 degrees. Tomorrow, partly sunny with highs near 41. Sunday, sunny skies with highs in the upper 40s. And Monday, mostly sunny, highs near 50 degrees. And that's your CTV News for tonight. I'm Taylor Thomas. Have a great and safe MLK holiday weekend. Good night.